All right, race fans, it's time for your official post-race show with Jim Holley and Daniel Blair of Race Day Live. And Jim, we're gonna get to the podium. But before we get to the podium, Cooper Webb, Ken Roczen, things got a little wild out there. Both of them DNF'd. Not a good night.
Well, and we're forgetting Eli Tomac. He pulled off too. I mean, just, you know, it was a weird night going into the first turn. Tomac and those guys had problems, but, you know, you mentioned Cooper Webb. He had a problem right before that triple jump there. He had to come into the mechanics area and work on the front end a little bit. And, man, it's just you know, you hate to see that happen. And then Kenny Roczen got into it with Cooper Webb again. That's what initially brought him back into the pits to work on that front end, was that collision that he had with Kenny Roczen. Kenny actually got his hand caught in his rear wheel. That's what ripped off the jersey. Hopefully Kenny's okay and we'll see him in Arlington. And but you know, Webb was on tonight. I mean, he had that heat race win and he looked good. And he just, you know, that main event, things just didn't go his way.
Well, it did go well for Jason Anderson. He gets the win again. And Jim,
you gonna pat me on the back now or later?
When do you want it?
I called it. Race Day Live, I called it. Anderson for the win.
All right,
I just
you were right,
that,
but
I just think
why, Jim? Why is this guy so on right now? It's every week. It's different scenarios. It doesn't matter. Jason Anderson, he's found something.
Well, and when you win championships, you can whole shot and win a race. You can come from 5th, you can come from 10th, and you're seeing him doing that. It's just confidence with a capital C. The guy's got a lot of confidence right now, and he's having a lot of guys help him. He's got a 28-point lead right now. He's got a full race lead already, and this is just round 6. We've never heard that in a long time. I mean, think about that. 26 points after 6 rounds for Jason Anderson. I mean, but he said in the press conference, I still want to win races. But you know who I felt bad for, who led the most laps? Number 14, Cole Seeley. I thought for sure he looked good all night and everything, but just, you know, he faded back and ended up getting a 4th.
And rounding out the podium, you have Blake Baggett in 3rd, Marvin Musquin in 2nd. Great night for the KTM boys.
Well, and the thing that I liked about Marvin Musquin, and you never see it, he got aggressive, and he got aggressive with Justin Barcia. He says, look, I'm tired of everyone pushing me around. I'm going to start pushing back, and he did tonight. And look what happens when you start pushing, he ends up getting a 2nd. And, you know, Barcia, you know, something was wrong with his bike because he faded all the way back to 9th.
With Blake Baggett, I mean, we're talking about a guy who now has got 2 podiums back to back. He's starting to find his groove before we go east.
Well, and you talk about that confidence that we talked about with Jason Anderson. Baggett's got that. He knows he belongs on that podium now. It's only time before he wins one.
Now in the 250 division, it was Justin Hill who gets the big win. And 2 weeks ago, I mean, I was ready to write this guy off. I think everybody was. And things have turned around in a big way. That was a dominating win. Made the pass pulled away.
Well, you know, it's something interesting in the press conference. I was listening to Adam, seeing Cyril, and if you ever watch him ride, he really uses a lot of energy. And, you know, he's just wide open all the time, where Hill's fluid, and you kind of saw that, but I really enjoyed it, and I know the fans enjoyed it. The back and forth these guys had. Great racing up front, but Hill gets his first win in 2018, his first win for Suzuki in a long time. You gotta remember, last time Suzuki won a race, that was when Jason Anderson and Blake Wharton were on Suzuki. So it's been a long time coming for Suzuki, and I'm happy they got the win. And, you know, Adam rode well, you know, got a 2nd, that's good for him. But, you know, Chase Sexton, the rookie, again finds himself on that podium, and he rode his butt off, and he finishes up 3rd. And then the man who's got in 4th right now, he finished 4th, Joey Savacci, had that hand injury. We didn't see him in that first qualifier session, but he rode well to get 4th. But Aaron Plessinger was going to pass him. I think, in my opinion, Aaron Plessinger got a little bit too, you know,
a little over anxious.
A little over anxious, because in the whoops, there was one line right through the middle, and he deviated from that 3/4 of the way down, and then, you know, crashed out himself. And that's the guy you're racing for the championship. You don't worry about Hill. Hill's 29 points out of the championship. Let that guy win. Your main focus is number 17. I'm sure all the guys at the Star Racing, Yamaha, Wilhon over there, they'll tell him, hey man, that was your mistake. You know, you can't make too many of those mistakes because you only got a 5-point lead now.
Guys, we could talk all night. It's 2018, and it just seems like every weekend these guys are bringing it and entertaining us. And for Jim Holley and Daniel Blair, that's your official post-race show from San Diego. A lot more coming in Dallas next week.